everyone, welcome to Mariam's Reading Habit. Today in this episode I'll be sharing with you the chapter 15 of the Naughtiest Girl in the School by Enid Blyton. Chapter 15, Two Tricks and a Quarrel. The week passed by quickly. Elizabeth practiced her duet and soon she and Richard grew into friends and even begged Mr. Lewis for an even harder piece. Elizabeth thanked Richard for choosing her to play the duet with, and she also knew that Richard was planning to become a music composer and he wanted to play in great big concerts and play music all around the world. Elizabeth thought to herself, "I hated boys before, but I don't now. I better be careful, otherwise I will be different when I leave here," just as Miss Scott said. So to show that she really hated boys, she played a trick on Harry. She knew he would fetch some music that he had left in the music room and balanced a sponge on the top of the door so that if anyone moved the door, the sponge would fall right on top of his head. Harry hurried and quickly, and the sponge fell right on top of his head. He "Ooh," said Harry in greatest astonishment. "Whatever is it?" He soon found out. He took the sponge off his neck and threw it down on the floor in a rage. "Now I've got to go and change my coat," he said. "Who did that?" Nobody answered, of course, but as Harry knew that people who played tricks always waited around or hid somewhere to see what happens, he guessed that the Joker was in the passage cupboard. He stood up to the curtain, and of course there was Elizabeth trying her best not to laugh loudly. Her handkerchief was stuffed into her mouth, and tears of laughter were trickling down her cheeks. "Oh, it's you, is it?" said Harry. "It's the bad girl. I've just stuffed this wet sponge down your neck, you see." But he didn't have time to, because the bell rang and Elizabeth only laughed mockingly. "I hate boys," she shouted. "They're silly. Ha, ha, ha. I tricked you properly, Harry." But Harry soon paid Elizabeth back for a trick. He waited until the painting class, and then when Elizabeth Whale was quite lost in her work, bending over her painting, he stole up behind her and pinned a notice. It said, "I'm the bold bad girl. Beware, I bark, I bite. I hate everybody." Everyone giggled when they saw it. All of them called the bold bad Elizabeth Ellen the bold bad girl. It was very funny, and they thought. The bell rang and everyone began to clear their things. Elizabeth asked them what they were all laughing at. "Is my hair untidy? Have I smudged my nose? What are you all laughing at?" "No, Elizabeth," answered everyone in a chorus. Then Miss Ranger came in and the class settled down to work. They worked hard on the break when the school had 15 minutes play out of doors and could have biscuits and milk if they wished. Harry looked to see if the paper was still on Elizabeth's back. It was. He pointed it out to all his friends, and after that, when finally John, who had not been in the painting class but had been holding the door for Miss Ranger, had not noticed Elizabeth's pretty notice, had finally noticed it in the break. She asked Elizabeth to turn around and then found the notice. And John couldn't help giggling herself. "Oh, Elizabeth, do you think you've been going around that all morning? It's too funny. No wonder everyone laughed." She unpinned the paper and showed it to Elizabeth, the little girl who was not used to being teased when red with rage. She tore the paper into half and faced the laughing children. "Who pinned that on me? And whoever did it is not daring enough to own up to me." "Oh, yes, I dare," said Harry. "You tricked me, so I tricked you," he said. Don't call me your dear girl," cried Elizabeth in a rage, as Harry muttered something after he owned up. "You are a hateful boy, and cheat! How dare you put a notice on me like that? Take that!" And the furious girl slapped Harry on the face. He was very surprised. "Stop that!" commanded Nora, but Elizabeth said to Nora, I'm going to complain in the meeting. Ask you to complain in the meeting about Harry. Otherwise, I will complain." "Come with me," said Nora to Elizabeth, and she saw that Elizabeth was really upset and needed to be quieted. You couldn't be telling me about it in the playroom. There's nobody there. Only two bits of paper in her hands, Elizabeth full of Nora trembling with anger. Nora made her sit down to tell her what happened. Elizabeth pieced the bits together and Nora read what Harry had written. She stopped herself smiling, but she really did think it was funny. And why did Harry do this? Because I played a trick on him, said Elizabeth, and she told him all about the wet sponge trick. And that is because Harry played this trick on you. See, if you play tricks on people, it means you like tricks being played on you, and are a sport for the sport and won't take tricks too badly. So, after all, you know that we call you the bad bold girl. You are not to, said Elizabeth. Well, we certainly shall if we go on behaving so fiercely, said Nora. Will you report Harry at the meeting? Said Elizabeth. Certainly not. We don't report jokes. Then I shall report him. Elizabeth, that would be telling tales, not reporting, said Nora firmly. You mustn't do that. Don't spoil this good week of yours by being silly. And you know I really should report you. Why? Asked Elizabeth defiantly. Because I heard you call Harry a cheat, and you slapped him hard. It's very mean to call him a cheat when you know he isn't now. We tried to help one another at Whiteleaf, and was hateful of you to remind Harry and everyone else of something he's ashamed of. Elizabeth went red. Yes, that was hateful of me. I wish I hadn't, and I wish I hadn't slapped Harry now. I knew he would slap me back. Oh, Nora, I really had tried to behave decently. Now I've spoiled it all. No, you haven't, said Nora, giving up peace with Elizabeth's tempered gold. Little things like this can always be put right. Harry's a good-tempered boy. Go and say you're sorry, and he won't think any more about it. I like saying I'm sorry, said Elizabeth. Nobody does. But it's a little thing that makes a big difference. Go and try it and see if I'm not right. So everyone, so that's the end of chapter 15. So I hope you enjoyed this chapter. If you do, please like, share, and subscribe, and check out the Naughtiest Girl in the School series and also the Wizard of Oz series. So bye!